So how have you been watching the Olympics? Well, if you're like a lot of Americans, you've been tweeting while watching the Olympics. And here to talk about it is Wall Street Journal journalist Shira Ovide from San Francisco. How you doing, Shira?
Good. How are you, George?
All right. So what are some of the numbers that we're talking about in terms of the number of tweets going out about the Olympics?
Right. So Twitter said over the weekend that there were 9.66 million Twitter messages that mentioned the opening ceremony on Friday in some way. And they said that that's already topped the total number of Twitter messages during all of the Beijing Games. And we should mention, of course, that Twitter had only a few million users in 2008 at the time of Beijing. And now they have more than 140 million active users per month.
So with all that usage, have there been any problems?
I would say there have been some problems. One, on Friday, NBC made the decision not to air the opening ceremony live, either online or on television. That angered some people who took to Twitter to both complain about it in a very public way, and also to, in some cases, trade unauthorized links to unauthorized video of the opening ceremony, so people could watch essentially pirated video online of the games. Frankly, as a news exercise, I did that myself, and in some cases, the quality was pretty good.
I like that news exercise. That's what we're calling it these days.
My bosses are listening. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about the NBC stuff a little bit later. But going back to Twitter, what have been some of the popular topics other than the opening ceremonies, or were there parts of the opening ceremonies in particular that that produce a high volume of tweets?
Yeah, the Twitter said that Tim Berners-Lee, who was the founder of the World Wide Web, was a part of the opening ceremony on Friday. You saw him kind of on the ground of Olympic Stadium, posting messages as part of their techie opening ceremony coverage. That message that he sent, apparently live from Olympic Stadium, was retweeted something like 12,000 times at last look. That was very popular. The Ryan Lochte, Michael Phelps showdown over the weekend was also a trending topic on Twitter. People were talking about that back and forth quite a bit. Those were a couple popular things.
Have we seen any other increase in any other social media outlets over the course of the Olympics in the first few days of the Olympics so far?
Well, Facebook, of course, also has, as does Twitter, an events page that's pulling in kind of posts from athletes and fans and families of athletes and other kinds of participants. Twitter has been, I think, the most public. If you watch the NBC TV coverage, you may have seen some ads that NBC is doing to kind of promote its relationship with Twitter during the games. Some of those ads have featured Michael Phelps, among others. The NBC coverage has also included photos and tweets from athletes themselves kind of integrated into the television coverage. So Twitter has been probably the most visible social media element of the games so far.
And with the increased Twitter usage, have we heard about any problems downstream, such as people having problems accessing it through their telecom, their telephones, smartphones, computers?
Yeah, I mean, it's always dangerous to judge from your own Twitter feed, but NBC Fail, that Twitter hashtag, has been trending of late on some of the people that I follow. I mean, it's kind of a no-win situation for NBC, but people have been complaining about NBC's decision to hold until primetime television some of the popular events, again, including the Michael Phelps-Ryan Lochte showdown on Saturday. People have been complaining about some problems with buffering of the NBCOlympics.com live stream. It's been kind of a free-for-all, particularly on Twitter, to complain about various aspects of NBC's coverage.